Sat Nam, Great Divine Flow family. It's been a while. Since I sent out a cosmic update. There is such energy in the air. There may be a little sadness and tension, and I want to break it down for you. First of all, we're in Leo season. That's not bringing the sadness. Leo also ushers in the Lion's Gate. This is a big dose of the sun, of joy, of illuminating what's working. Leo is all about harnessing the power of love, and that starts with self-love. So when we are in an energy, you think of the zodiac as personalities to the divine one. So Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer, all these are different types of awarenesses and personalities of God. And so Leo's love. And each season has three what we call decans. And the first one is always about you. And the second 10 days is about you and those close to you, you and your immediate life. And the third one is about you and the collective. So we're in the first part of Leo, and it's then about you and God. This is the cultivation of self-love. How you doing on that? And the sun is bright and it's powerful. So it can be tender if we are abusing ourselves, if we are not showing up the way we need to. We also have a collective. The whole planet Earth has had a change in the lesson that Divine Ma wants to teach us. So we have gone from a lesson for a year and a half around boundaries, around saying what we need to say so we can feel the true value and manifest our life in a beneficial way. Now we are in a soul lesson that is really pushing the envelope around codependency, codependent relationship, codependency with people, places, and things, what we do, the gyrations we go to in order to avoid what we came here to do. And the crowning jewel of this is about awakening our souls, polishing the ego's fear and need to be important, need to have the approval of others, polish those not so productive traits down so that we can use that innocent, powerful, willing to take a risk energy of Aries to do some meaningful things in our world. Now, the other thing that's happening is very big, and it is Venus retrograde in Leo. And Venus is going to be in Leo until about September 2nd. Which is a very long stay for Venus because she's a pretty fast-moving planet. And the way this went, it is the first time Venus has ever been in Venus retrograde the entire season of Leo. Now, the last time this happened was in like 1823, I think, and 1719, I think, before that. And then it hasn't happened since, till now. Venus in Leo retrograde. So this is about reviewing love. This is about reviewing your relationships in love. Don't be surprised if the ex calls. If that old friend that you had written off a long time ago reaches out. Be ready to know whether, because a lot of things going to come up. It could be, I need to keep the boundaries in place that I've always had. They're out of my life for a reason. It could be, I'm a different person now. I sense that they've done a lot of growth. Maybe there's a new way we could forge a relationship. So there's lots of things, but it's a lot of emotional energy. And this tags back to the original wounds of childhood and previous lives that created the formative years. So I'm going to out myself, and I'm going to talk to you about a lesson that we will be working with in some of the offerings this month that's coming up, August. And that is this. I don't know if you're like this, but for me, in order for me to have a good boundary and get you out of my life, I pretty much have to judge you think awful things about you, possibly even think I hate you, in order for there to be this space where you are out and I feel like I'm not in, like under the influence of your energy. That's what I have to do. And that started with in my childhood, but one of the biggest impressions of that was my stepfather, who did abuse me, and he was also a really great dad. There was great parts about him, and he was good with my mom. My point is, I loved him. I do love him. But I didn't know how to know I love him and set the boundary and have a relationship. I could have. I did for some years. Interesting, not until he died did I find the full bounty of my hatred and judgment about him. But my father went to therapy. He admitted it. He changed his behavior. My point is, it was so hard for me to do that. Then the next big opportunity was my first husband, Gary. And you guys hear me talk about it, and we were an atrocious, kind of volatile relationship, but I never allow myself to remember why I loved him. And it's so weird because in the last couple weeks, I just feel him. And I remember being able to really talk to him. I was a young girl when I met him. I was 15 years old. I married him when I was 20. I've been allowing myself to feel how much I loved him, how funny he was. He had a really funny sense of humor. He was so deep. He was born on June 22nd, Cancer at 0 degrees. Also, he's a 22. He's like a mastermind. And most of the time, his mastermind turned against him. And the point is, allowing myself to have clear boundaries with somebody does not mean that I have to judge them and persecute them and oftentimes hate them or think I do. I don't really know if I hate. But anyway, this is something that we are going to be working with. Our inability to be present with that which is challenging. We are in this cancel culture, and that's not God's way, and it's not realistic because everything is flawed pretty much. Maybe not Yogananda. I don't know. But anyways, I had to talk about Yogananda with someone recently. But my point is, it's like there are so many things in our life, like the Catholic Church for me. They have horrendous stuff in skeletons. But the people are beautiful, and there are amazing, beautiful priests and nuns. They're not all fucked up is the point. And we want to just exit out. Catholics are bad. Jews are this. Kundalini sucks because Yogi Bhajan, blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't work that way in my heart. My connection with my soul and the divine, no. It doesn't mean I allow darkness or the negativity of certain associations to hurt those I love or to permeate my life. However, what it's calling on us to do is to be stronger, not so weak, to say things that are uncomfortable, to have clear boundaries so we can enjoy things that also have some tendencies that we have to keep track of. It's about being fully here and fully human. So the first grand healing we're going to have is Mahansat City. Susan and I, we're doing a GDF Sisterhood Circle. We are going to be bringing in the energy of the Lion's Gate, which is this potent blessing of the sun. And we'll get, the energy of that represented in our circle. But we will also be using the energy of, the pagan goddess wheel, and it's called Lammas. And Lammas means this is the first taste of the harvest, right? So this is when we get to have the sweet corn and the juicy watermelon and the plums fall off the tree. We get to taste the sweetness and the first bites of our life's harvest. So in the beginning of the year, whether we know it consciously or not, the soul makes a plan that this is what I want to grow into. This is the direction I am helping this little human I am guardian over to expand, heal, and grow into. And in the first harvest, we get the sweetness of what's gone right, and we have the bitter of where we lost track, or where we got complacent, or where we made a wrong turn, and we get to course correct. We also get to feel like perhaps what I envisioned, where I thought I wanted to take my energy, isn't where I want it to go. That I really want it to be more that, so we get to course correct, we get to fine tune. And that is what we will be doing on August 4th, Friday at 6:30. Of course, we will have the Goddess swag bags, and it will be an amazing evening to really heartfelt feel what we feel and come together in that. On the 12th of August, I am going to be doing a Venus retrograde mystery school. Now, while I am going to have readings for everybody, they're going to be in writing, and we will go over them a little bit. But mostly, what we're going to be doing is a major healing. We're going to do a regression into our childhood and our past lives. We are going to bring some key relationships to the front to heal, and also to empower us to be in love in a new and different way. I love you so much. I love doing what I do, and I love doing it with you. And I hope with all of my heart that it is supportive to you. I love you. Sat Nam.